Then suddenly, through LinkedIn, I got an offer. After another year, so I came to UAE. Okay, then I have become the country manager of Clothing. Whenever opportunity come to me, I grab those opportunities. Now, no need to do manual takeoffs. Okay, no need to take off quantities manually. Now, with the development of the technology, we have 3D models. Okay, so we can extract all the quantities with a one click. It doesn't matter you have experience or not. Okay, so if you are not ready to adapt to new technologies, you are free to retire. Okay, they have built hospitals within 2 weeks. You have to have a proper idea about the construction before you do these amazing creations.
Today in our podcast, we actually have a guest. He's one of our guests who has been visiting or joining our podcast since the inception of our podcast. And also he's one of our friends. We haven't had the chance to actually work together, but he's a really close friend of both me and Udar as well. So today we have invited Thilina Vitharama. So I will tell you about him after me and Udara our usual introduction. So today we are going to talk about the future of quantity surveying, and we will talk about how integration of AI and QS, and also there's something called BIM. So I think Tilna will be able to take us through with that particular subject as well, and also how those two aspects in QS are going to be paving a path towards a sustainable construction future. So I'm your host, Kanishka.
Hi guys, I'm your other host, Udara.
So we will start with a little bit of a professional introduction.
Yeah, Machan, before that, I go
Aibo.
Machan, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so to be honest, it's kind of a proud moment for me as well to introduce Tilna into our podcast. So he has more than 7 years of experience, I think, working at QS, and he had trained more than 3,000 QS graduates. Am I correct on the?
Yeah, more than 3,000.
More than 3,000.
3,300.
Yeah. Yeah. And he actually graduated from General Sir John Kotalal Defense University, just like me and Udar as well. And he is he currently he's the currently he's working as a country manager at Golden UAE, and he's a former director of Tasker International Oman, and also director of Techno Saga City Private Limited. And yeah, so today we have invited Thilina to join our podcast to discuss about that specific topic that I have mentioned a bit earlier. So let's get started, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah, Machan, Tilina, one moment before everything, I I want to say that I have a real, what do you call, huge respect for Tilina because we've been on for like almost now 8 years back in the university to current state of our lives. The thing is, Machan, Kanishka and we both went on the system in Sri Lanka, right? We did our O levels, then A levels, then university, then the industry that we are currently working on is actually the same with the degree that we have been completed. But for Telina, it's totally different. It's really different, right? He started on a quantity surveying, then studied that, he mastered that. Now he more of in like, as per my knowledge, in kind of a tech person now, huh?
Uh,
Yeah. So Thilina, Macha, long time no see. Macha, give a brief introduction to us.
yeah, actually, it's true. Okay, so actually, we have been knowing each other since I think 2016. Okay, so actually, it's almost 9 years, right? Okay, so actually, I graduated from Sir John Kotelawal Defense University as a quantity surveyor. Okay, then I worked as a quantity surveyor for a couple of years. Then after that, I have become a technical manager for software reselling company. So actually, key because 5D BIM software. I worked as the technical manager. Then after 1 year, okay, so the reseller introduced another software, Sri Lanka Archicad, and I have become the technical manager for that particular software as well. Then after that, I had an opportunity to go to Oman. Okay, then I started my own company called Tusker International. So we did software reselling and import-export business. And then while I'm doing this software reselling business, so we have established this Techno Saga City. And through Techno Saga City, I trained a lot of people. With regards to various software. Then after 1 year, okay, after another year, so I came to UAE. Okay, then I have become the country manager of Cloudin. So then now mostly I'm doing services, software education and after services of this key because fighting software. And throughout this journey, I have trained a lot of people, around 3,300. Okay, so that's basically me. And yeah, I have faced a lot of obstacles and yeah, so this is the journey.
Yeah, Macha, really, really fascinated. I just checked your LinkedIn account, Macha. Quite the journey there.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, this is like the third appearance of Thilina in our.
Yes.
Yeah, oh, yeah. The first, I remember the first episode we did. It was all about quantity surveying.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from about quantity surveying because I never had such a vast knowledge regarding quantity surveying back then. So that episode really enlightened my mind. And then the second one was actually really at the AI blooming era in the entire world. So the fascinating thing, Majang Kanishka, at that time also Thilina was up to date.
Yeah.
Then, and he was really curious regarding the AI takeover of the world. Now it's been like almost 2 years, and we are in the AI world now, right? So yeah, let's get started with today's episode, Machan. That's a great introduction, Machan.
So, Thilina, so if you explain us about how your journey when it comes to after graduating from General Surgeon Qatar Defense University and your journey until now, but we would like to know like how your professional journey led into quantity surveying and especially you specializing in this BIM area.
Yeah, actually, suddenly it happened because of COVID-19 situation. So, as I explained earlier, I have been working as a quantity surveyor. Then, unfortunately, COVID-19 situation came. Okay, so I had to resign from my previous job. Then I was seeking for a lot of job opportunities. I have sent a lot of CVs to a lot of companies. Then suddenly, through LinkedIn, I got an offer, and they asked me, so you can do this job. Okay, so this is a tech related job. This is not quantity surveying job. So I ready. So I was curious about it because during my university period, so I have been surrounded with a lot of IT guys like you. Okay, so I had huge passion with regards to these IT things. So I accepted that challenge. Okay, then they asked me to train this software to new students, and I did the sales part also. And at the initial stage, I did accounting part also. So actually, it is uh, suddenly happened. So I had no plans to go into this 5D BIM area, but uh, because of COVID-19 situation, so I got that opportunity, and then actually I like that technology, so I grabbed things very quickly. Okay, then I developed myself. So then whenever opportunity come to me, I grab those opportunities. So that is the reason. So one so after this job opportunity, then we face this financial crisis. Okay, so due to that financial crisis, I had to go to Oman and uh, try different path. Okay, then I had to start my own company in Oman, and during that period also, there was a lot of challenges. Okay, so then I use my previous knowledge regarding 5D BIM technology, and I have become software reseller in Oman as well. So actually, that's the journey so far. Yeah, that's how I have become 5D BIM quantity survey.
Yeah, that's really when I think about it, Macha, I just thought about the journey you had as of now. As I mentioned earlier, also, Macha, we both, Kanishka and I, we both were on the system, right? So we, the things we looked for, the struggle we had were limited to the places we live. It was close to our home. So when you think about your journey, Machang, it's totally different. So I just want to know, so how did you kept your head up and be positive about it? Because the digitalization, I think when it comes to quantity surveying, I don't think that the digitalization is not that impressive to actual quantity survey, right? So you changed your perspective and you just, what do you call, adapt to the situation, and you found a way through the all the crises and all the hard times you face, right? So how it likes to what do you call the being positive on the digital or digitalization on quantity surveying, what sparked your like initial thought, okay, this is not gonna work out for me, so I need to change? So what was that experience like?
Yeah, so back in the university, so um, we had a lot of opportunities. Okay, so we had a lot of free time. So at that time, I tried a lot of technologies. So I learned a software called Costex. And during my training period, I tried out that particular software, and I measured all the quantities by using Costex software. At that time, actually, they haven't heard about that Costex software. Okay, my project quantities were surprised about that. So then he told me, okay, so this is the new technology, so you have to use it. Okay, so we all have to adapt to these new technologies. So this is the future. So at that from that time onwards, okay, so I thought, okay, so this is the future. Okay, so I have to stick with these new technologies. Okay, so then uh, after few years, okay, so I can become impact to this quantity surveying community. Okay, so if I promote this technology among the quantity surveyors, okay, so at the end of the day, all the quantity surveyors get some advantage from this technology. And also, I had the huge passion about teaching. Okay, so as you all know, so I like to teach people. Okay, so then I thought, now I know some digital technologies. Okay, so if I teach these digital technologies to young quantity surveyors, so then they can learn this new technology. Okay, then at the end of the day, so they can use this technology in this construction arena, and they can become impact to the quantity surveying profession. So that motivates me a lot. Okay, then after I started these training programs, students learned from me. Then they got some opportunities. Okay, so after seeing their success, then it was a great thing. So after seeing their success, I thought, okay, so this is the way, this is the thing I have to do in the future as well. Then it motivates me a lot. Okay, then I thought about some new things. Okay, now I have to move from this software to another software. Okay, if I teach this software, then it will be added advantage for quantity surveys. So then I have tried a lot of software. So then I taught those software to the students. Then they learn them well, and then they perform in the industry. Okay, so after seeing their performance, um, uh, I was really impressed about that. Okay, so then I told myself I have to continue with this. Okay, so that is how I kept my positivity. Okay, so after seeing their success, it was really helped me to stay positive and keep going.
Yeah. So Thilina, so probably since you have you have some experience when it comes to before you started with BIM, you told us like you have some experience when it comes to using softwares in QS, right? So after you have been introduced for this particular BIM 5BIM software, like you probably when you trying to learn the software, how to use it in an actual environment, and most probably this application or the software is going to be used by the quantity surveys at the field, right? So I'm assuming this software is going to be automating most of the traditional day-to-day activities that they are doing. So I think you are the first person when it comes to implementation and the use of this particular software, that you are the one who actually had that kind of experience and experience it firsthand, right? So when you're learning this application and this software, how to use it and how to apply it on real life scenarios, like were there any challenges when it comes to adopting this software into a traditional quantity surveying project or construction project?
Yeah, actually, it was a huge challenge. Okay, so this 5D beam thing is entirely new to me. Okay, so I had a very good coach. His name is Eric Lee. Okay, so he's from Gordon, Malaysia, and he did the initial training. Okay, so Gordon, we have a strong online training platform as well. So I learned a lot of things from our online training platform. Then I did that demonstration project. I completed that demonstration project within a couple of days. Then I had some drawings of high-rise building. Okay, so I applied the software and created a 3D model of that high-rise building. Then I sent that 3D model to Eric. Okay, so he evaluated that project and he gave me some feedbacks. So so that is the start. Okay, so then I had some opportunities to apply the software in real-time projects. Okay, and I saw the productivity. Okay, so if you use this 5D technology, you can enhance the productivity through the process. Okay, so it's like you can have 50% productivity comparing to traditional software through this Cubico's 5D software. So actually, yeah, so I had faced some challenges. Okay, sometimes when we apply new technologies, we have to go deep into it. Okay, otherwise we can't understand. First, I have understood the machine behind that Cubico's 5D software. Okay, then after adapting to that technology, okay, I realized that okay, we have a lot of measurement software, lot of design software, and when it comes to the interface, okay, so there is uniformity in all the uh, design and quantity surveying software. Actually, I adapt very quickly because I identified the uniformity of all these software. Okay, then whenever I learn new software, I can use my previous experience to adapt to that new software in an easy manner. Okay, so that is the key. Yeah, it's a quite a journey, but somehow or other I adapted.
Yeah. That's really actually really fascinating, Thilina. Now I got curious regarding there are certain terms when it comes to certain industries. So when it comes to tech, we are specifically talking about coding or programming languages or certain things. So I highlighted that I noticed that there are certain keywords that used in content surveying industry. So can you briefly define what is BMI and explain 5D quantity surveying? Imagine I'm actually absolute beginner. So yeah.
Yeah, that is very good question. Okay, so I always telling my students, so if you want to learn BIM, you have to understand BIM. Okay, so there are a lot of definitions. Okay, so we all, so I think we have the same mindset. Okay, so we don't like theories. Okay, we all like practical application. So if someone asks me to define building information modeling, okay, I say like this. Okay, actually, this is a integrated process. Okay, so this process involving a 3D model. Okay, so building information modeling is very simple. Okay, so you have to create a 3D model in this building information modeling. Okay, so then who are involving in this process? Okay, basically AEC professionals. AEC professionals means architectural, engineering, and construction professionals. Okay, so they are involving in this process. Okay, so what is the end goal? Okay, so end goal is plan. Okay, so before we start a construction project, we have to plan. Okay, then design. Okay, then we have to do the design. Okay, then construction. Okay, after designing, we have to do the construction. Then we have to do the management. Okay, so we have to manage all the things. We have to manage all the assets. Okay, then we have to do the maintenance as well. Okay, so after that, um, for which buildings we use buildings of infrastructures, we use this building information modeling. Okay, so basically uh, we use building information modeling for building and infrastructure. Okay, so we have to combine these three things together. Okay, so that is BIM. Okay, if I summarize this 3D model involving in this process. Okay, so AEC professionals also involving in this process, and also we use this process to plan, design, construction, and manage building and infrastructure projects. Okay, so that is simple as that. Okay, so that is building information modeling. Basically, these architects, MEP engineers, structural engineers, they um, collaboratively create a 3D model. Okay, then after creating that 3D model, they use that 3D model to extract information out of it. Okay, so we can use those information for the construction industry. Okay, so we extract information from that 3D model, then we apply those information for our physical building. So that is basically building information modeling.
As far as I understood it, Majang, yeah, it's really important. So what it basically does is really optimize the traditional way of country serving, right?
Yes, yes.
With tech.
Yeah, so actually it is a broad area. Okay, so so this building information modeling consists of 5 dimensions. Okay, so we can say it as 3D BIM, 4D BIM, 5D BIM, 6D BIM, and 7D BIM. Okay, so if you have a 3D model, if you use that 3D model for information management, it is basically 3D BIM. Okay, so there is a preliminary stage. Okay, when it comes to the 4D BIM, okay, so you have a 3D model, and you have construction timeline. Okay, so you can simulate that 3D model alongside with that construction uh, project plan over construction timeline. Okay, so basically 3D model plus time called as 4D BIM. Okay, when it comes to the 5D BIM, okay, so it is our area. Okay, if you use 3D model to extract quantities and do the estimation, cost estimation, and cost management. So basically it is 5D BIM. Okay, 6D BIM is 3D model plus sustainability. If you use this 3D model to reduce the energy consumption of a building, or plan the ventilation and all these things. So it is 6D BIM. Okay, so asset management plus 3D model is 7D BIM. Okay, so asset management in the sense after construction the building, we have to manage our assets. Okay, so we have to maintain our AC system, elevator systems. Okay, so we have to uh, maintain the exterior interface of the building. Okay, so all these things under the asset management 3D model plus asset management called as 7D BIM. So our area is 5D BIM. Basically, we use 3D model to extract quantities and do the cost estimation. So yeah, that's that.
Yeah. So I remember, Thila, you just mentioned there have been cases where by using this 5D QS and BIM, there have been some increases of productivity by 50%, right? So, like, can you like were there any specific situations where after you have integrated this BIM and also this 5D QS, right?
Mhm. Yeah, actually, so I will explain you the overall picture. Okay, so with the development of the technology, okay, so companies, okay, they introduce various kind of technologies. Okay, so as quantity surveyors and construction professionals, we have to adapt to those new technologies. Okay, so actually before 20, 30 years ago, okay, so we all use these 2D drawings, physical drawings. Okay, so we had these big tables. Okay, so we put all the drawings in this big table, and we had manual scales. We extracted all the quantities and we recorded all the things manually in a paper. Okay, so that is how we did quantity surveying back in 90s. Okay, then AutoCAD. I think you might have heard about AutoCAD
Yeah.
software, and Excel software came together. Okay, so then we used this AutoCAD software to extract quantities from a 2D drawing. Then we recorded these quantities in an Excel sheet. Okay, then after that, with the development of the technology, people thought, okay, why can't we combine these two together? Okay, so then we had 2D measurement softwares like Costex, Plansit, Bluebeam. Okay, so then in 2000, early 2000s, we used these 2D measurement software. Okay, now then Revit software, ArchiCAD software. Okay, so those software are 3D modeling software. Okay, so those software came to the party. Then nowadays, okay, so a lot of companies receiving 3D models instead of 2D drawings. Okay, so with the development of the technology, okay, now no need to do manual takeoffs. Okay, no need to take off quantities manually. That means if you use Costex or Plansit software, you have to draw lines in the 2D drawings. Okay, then you have to use uh, those lines to extract quantities from the 2D drawing. Okay, and then you have to do cost estimation based on those quantities. Okay, uh, Now with the development of the technology, we have 3D models. Okay, so we can extract all the quantities with a one click. Okay, so all the quantities can be extracted automatically. Okay, so if we use software like Cubicost, you can do the cost estimations as well. Okay, so after extracting the quantities, you can link those quantities with BOQ, then you can do full cost estimation. So that is the development of the technology. Okay, now most of the companies use this modern technology to extract quantities. So yeah, that is how measurement and quantity surveying evolve through the timeline.
Yeah. So now, Thilina, the quantity surveying industry is getting like integrated with more and more tech, right? So correct me if I'm wrong. Uh, as per my knowledge, Thilina, when you are a quantity surveyor, well experienced one, you are not really young. So I'm not saying anything bad, but imagine a well matured quantity surveyor, and now after like 10 to 15 to 20 years, now the tech has been caught up. Now he has to adapt to the new technologies, right?
Yeah.
So now you, what you basically do is you just teach them and you share your knowledge on the tech adaptations on quantity surveying. So if I am a well matured quantity surveyor, I think I will not have a first well impression on just implementing that or integrating with technology, because it might be a harder thing for me. So I think there is, or there will be a lot of resistance when it comes to well matured quantity surveys uh, or leaning into tech side, Thilina. So how did you tackle that problem actually
Yeah,
when it
actually,
comes to
yeah, it's a very good question. Okay, so when it comes to a matured quantity surveyor, okay, so he has a lot of experience in construction industry, and uh, because of their age or various reason, yeah, okay, some of them reluctant to adapt to new technologies. Okay, so when we promote these kind of technologies among the construction professionals, so it is a huge challenge. Okay, so actually, recently I have participated for one international conference, and one of the speakers, he um, told us a very important thing. Okay, so he told us directly, okay, it doesn't matter you have experience or not. Okay, so if you are not ready to adapt to new technologies, you are free to retire. Okay, basically. So that is the situation now. Okay, so if you are not ready to adapt to new technologies, you can't survive in this construction industry. So basically, when I demonstrate the software, okay, so I uh, say this phrase. Okay, so I I'm telling them, okay, so I attend to this conference, and he told me this. Okay, so it enlightened them. Okay, so then they think, okay, now I have experience. Okay, so but he's telling me if I am not ready to adapt to this technology, company will fire me. Okay, so I use those kind of strategies to tackle and change the mindset of these senior quantity surveys. But recently, I have trained a lot of senior quantity surveyors. Okay, and according to my experience, most of them ready to adapt to these new technologies nowadays. Okay, because now they know the importance of AI, they know the importance of new technologies. Okay, and they know, so they have the experience. Okay, so they have faced all these obstacles of these manual takeoff, AutoCAD plus Excel takeoff, and all the things. Okay, so they know the obstacles they face. Okay, so then nowadays they are ready to adapt to the most of them ready to adapt to these new technologies. If I meet someone who are not ready to adapt to these new technologies, I directly use that experience I had in that conference. So then slowly I can change their minds.
Yeah, that's really fascinating, Majang. When it comes to our industry, I mean, the tech industry, we just have to keep up with tech. So if you can't keep up with your tech, you are, as you mentioned, Majang, free to retire.
Mhm.
Actually, that's really fascinating. That's really good insight on if you are a listener which are trying someone to get into tech or adapting to technical stuff and really lagging behind. I think it's really good advice from Thilina. Yeah.
It's not only our industry, Majan. You know, getting bombarded with this type of technologies day by day. So all of the other industries are being affected as well. So it,
Yeah, I think a small thing I want to highlight, Kanishka, when I put that realization or explanation on the adaptation which Thilina explained, I think being like open-minded on the industry you are working on and what do you call looking for ways that will enhance or help to do your work is actually really good approach when it comes to adapting and evolving with the industry that you are on, right? So I think it will not have any barrier regarding whether it is construction industry or tech industry, or I think it will apply to everything else. Actually, that's really good insight from Telina. Yeah.
Still, um, you you mentioned that you basically you do the selling part of this application and 5D contract surveying and also this BIM, right? Uh, so let's say I'm pretty sure you have came across this type of situation all the time. So let's say one of your customers, they have started to onboard 5D QAs and BIM, basically your software, say your software. And during the onboarding of the software, there might be some issues, right? Well, probably if they are introducing some new tech into their organization, if they're going to integrate into their existing processes and procedures, there's going to be some challenging, right? Integrating this type of new thing, bringing into the culture and integrating into the existing processes. So, do you have like any cases where they have really struggled when it comes to integrating this particular software into their projects and like what sort of lessons emerge from that type of situations?
Yeah, actually, it is very good question. Okay, so this is a new technology. Okay, even for them. Okay, so they have been using this 2D method of measurement since very long. Okay, so actually, when we implement this kind of technology, okay, we have to give a solid training. Okay, so and Gordon is very good company. Okay, so we have more than 26 years of experience in this industry, and we have more than uh, 10 million customers. Okay, so we have completed 6 million construction projects, and we have the world's largest BIM customer base. And actually, our company had a lot of successful case studies. Okay, and every time when we meet our superiors, okay, so they are teaching us. Okay, so uh, look at this case study. Okay, so this is how they adapt to this new technology. So you can use these strategies for the new company. Okay, so basically, when I trying to implement this new technology to a company, first I will plan. Okay, so I plan my training. Okay, so if there are young quantity surveyors who can pick this technology in a faster manner, okay, so no need to do the training for 5 6 days. Okay, even if I do the 3 day 4 day training, they will adapt to this new technology and they will learn. And then after teaching this software to them, okay, so basically I tell, okay, now you are ready to apply this technology to real-time project. Okay, then after they starting to use this software for real-time project, okay, they'll have a lot of questions. Okay, so first for first two projects, I will give them a great support. Okay, so together we will do first two projects. Okay, then when I feel okay, now he can do a new project by himself, then I will allow him to do it. Okay, so and I will give the continuous support to that particular person throughout his journey. Then actually, whenever he get a problem, he can call me, message me anytime. If I can't solve his problem, I will send that problem to our Global Malaysia or our Global international team. Okay, so with their experience, they will solve the problem. Then they can continuously use our software. Okay, so that is how we support our clients and we sustain our relationship with these companies.
Kanishka, please allow me to disturb. I think this segment that we explained and understood about BMI and 5D surveying, QS and 60 QS and even 7D also, Macha. These explanation were really good. So I can understand why Thilina is getting a lot of students now. Uh, for the listeners or viewers that on our podcast, if you want to know more about these basics things, there were two episodes that we already completed with Thilina. One of them being the first episode being quantity surveying for beginners. In that episode, we have explained a lot of basic things regarding quantity surveying for a non-quantity surveying industry person. So please check that out episode also. Then the second episode was the fascinated one. The Thilina was really interested on tech back then. I think it's almost like 2 years ago, and even AI also. So that conversation was really what do you call interesting on which, because that episode was a combination of two point of views on tech with a non-tech person and a tech person. Now, after like 2 years, Thilina is now in tech, basically in tech industry. So please, guys, check that episodes out. I'll put a link in the description. And as of now, if you guys want to contact Thilina, we will put all the details in the description also, whether it is on YouTube or any podcasting platforms that we are available. Uh, yeah, that's it, Kanishka. Mashan, please continue.
So I think we are going to do some kind of a revisit on AI as well, right?
Yeah.
So I remember, Thilina, you mentioned that when it comes to 6D QS is the combination of sustainability into the picture, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to sustainability, I hear that word every time when we see there's some kind of a tech product that's been announced. They talk about sustainability, stuff like that. To be honest, I don't have much of experience or much of a knowledge when it comes to sustainability, but like as you mentioned, Tilna, how this to be honest, I haven't used BIM or any kind of applications, not even just like in for any kind of for my personal preferences as well. I haven't used any applications. I'm not sure how at to what extent how these applications have integrated AI into this software ecosystem.
Yeah.
But you are the one who have actually using these softwares till and I'm pretty sure they have already using or integrated AI into these softwares. So how this integration of AI into BIM and going forward, what do you think when it comes to the sustainability of uh, things, how this BIM, AI, and sustainability are going to pave forward in construction industry?
Yeah, actually, first I will explain how to apply artificial intelligence in this construction industry. Actually, it is a very good question. Okay, so I will give you a practical example. Okay, rather than explaining about boring theories, I think if I explain you about the practical application, then you will understand better. Okay, so let's see. Let's say, okay, so some construction professionals doing some construction in a site, okay, construction site. Okay, there are a lot of labors. Okay, and I think you might have heard about uh, personal protecting equipment, PPT. Okay, basically PPE. Okay, personal protecting equipment. Okay, you must wear those things. Okay, otherwise um, it will be really hazardous for you. Okay, so you have to wear safety helmets and other safety equipments as well. Okay, so when it comes to the construction site, okay, so it is very hard to identify the peoples who are not wearing these safety helmets. Okay, so basically you can run a drone, okay, on top of this construction site, and you can scan this construction site. Okay, you can identify the people who are not wearing safety helmets by using this AI technology. Okay, then you can automatically send the message to safety team. Okay, so then they can take care of those people who are not wearing safety helmet. Okay, so this is very simple example. Okay, likewise, we can use machine learning, learning, and AI for this construction industry for various activities. When I was working as a technical manager for this ArchiCAD company, okay, so they had some technologies to develop construction models by using AI. Okay, so first you have to teach the software, you have to train the software, then software will learn by himself, and then he will create a 3D model by using his previous experiences. Even in Cubicost also, we have integrated a lot of AI technologies with our software. And in China, no need to have human intervention for Cubicost software. You just need to import the 2D drawing. The AI will identify all the elements from that 2D drawing and create a 3D model automatically. Okay, so if you go to China, they are using uh, numerous technologies. Okay, but uh, they haven't introduced most of those technologies to global scenario. Okay, so that is the truth. Actually, for quantity surveys also, okay, so we must learn AI technologies. Okay, so there is a part of quantity surveying called contract administration. Okay, now there are a lot of Indian and Chinese software to automate this contract administrator, contract administration. Okay, so you can import documents to these AI tools, and you can identify important things from these documents, and you can use those important things to contract administration. Okay, now we can use AI technology more and more in this construction industry. When it comes to the sustainability, okay, basically I will tell you how to use this building information modeling for sustainability. Okay, so I will explain in a simple manner. Actually, first we have to understand what is sustainability. Okay, so we have to utilize our resources efficiently and effectively, uh, and we have to preserve these resources for our future generation. Okay, so that is sustainability. Okay, when it comes to building construction, okay, so we have to reduce carbon emission. Okay, we have to design our buildings to mini minimize the energy emission from the buildings. Okay, so yeah, basically we have to do these kind of things. Okay, so when it comes to the building information modeling, okay, so we can have a 3D visualization of the building prior to the construction. Okay, so after having this 3D visualization, we can identify the things that we can use to reduce this energy consumption of the building. Okay, so we can design our ventilation system in an efficient and effective manner to reduce the energy consumption. Then basically we can create an energy model. Okay, then we can simulate that energy model prior to the construction. Then we can identify the things uh, uh, in the building which uh, uh, can be used to reduce the energy consumption. Okay, so yeah, it is a integrated process. Okay, a lot of people can involve for the decision making. Okay, architect can get the opinion of electrical engineers or other engineers to design the building to reduce the energy consumption. Okay, so that is how you can use this building information modeling to design the building in a efficient way. Okay, in a sustainable way. Yeah, actually, with these technologies, okay, so we can have a lot of advantages prior to the construction. Okay, so that's that.
When you explain the AI application on China, which you just had to import 2D drawings and they'll do all the work, which really I went from like, wow, like this is not like an industry that we are on. I just need to take this in, Thilina. If in tech industry, if something is wrong, if code is wrong, we can actually fix that in post production, or we can put a patch update or bug fix to that live application. So this is not a really what do you call post production fixable industry that you guys are on. And the state of AI that you explained, like this growth or this AI development, like I think went from 0 to 100 in less than 2 years now, right? So that really, what do you call? I went like genuinely excited on that. So as a context aware, as a person that uh, experiencing this day to day, I'm just curious, are there any things that you genuinely went like, wow, when it comes to integrating AI in the products or applications that you currently experience, Majan?
Yeah, actually, it was a great experience for me. Okay, because Gordon have solid technologies basically. Actually, we have more than 135 software. Okay, and we have seven R&D centers all over the world. Finland, USA, and Sweden, China. So we have a lot of R&D centers. Okay, so and we invest more than 30% of our profit for research and development, and they have very good technologies. Okay, so whenever they present these technologies to us, so we surprise basically. Okay, so actually, as I explained earlier, recently one of our manager explained us about this new technology. Okay, so we just need to import a drawing to the software. Software take care of everything. Okay, and recently I had a small conversation with my superior, and he told me that average age of Chinese construction professionals has become over 50. Okay, 52 or 53, something. Okay, they are younger generation reluctant to come to construction sites and work as construction professionals. Okay, as a solution for this problem, okay, they have introduced a lot of AI technologies. Okay, they have a lot of bricklaying robots, tile laying robots. Okay, and they use this 3D printing to create construction elements. Okay, I think you guys also experienced that during COVID-19 situation. Okay, so they have built hospitals within 2 weeks. Okay, so how they have done it? Okay, because they have the most advanced technologies available in the world. Okay, and now through us, these global companies can experience these technologies. Okay, I think it will become a huge impact to this Middle East region and other African countries as well. Actually, if I tell you a case study, okay, you can take Malaysia as a very good case study. Okay, if you go back 10 years, okay, so Malaysian construction industry is using these manual methods to manage everything. Okay, so then Gordon came to Malaysia back in, I think, 2012 or 11. Okay, so they have implemented a branch in Malaysia. Okay, now more than 150 quantity surveying consultants using our software and 400 contractors using Divigo software and other Gordon software. Okay, because of this technology, okay, they have developed their construction industry. And now if you go to Malaysia, you can see a lot of high-rise buildings, okay, and a lot of amazing designs because of these new technologies. Okay, so actually, after seeing these buildings and new constructions, I basically surprised. Okay, so recently I visited Malaysia. Actually, they have solid construction industry. Okay, so actually, um, I'm having amazing journey with Gordon. Okay, so and they are introducing new technologies day by day, and they are providing a lot of updates to existing software as well. Uh, and um, if I if you ask me to describe how I feel, okay, I I don't have words to explain.
I don't know whether I just me or I think it's Kanchika also. As I remember, back in the first, or not the first one, the second episode we did with Thilina, the AI tools that we discussed were limited to like ChatGPT. Now, content surveying, integrating AI, and just inputting the draft to the tools, and even building hospitals in 2 weeks. That's like, wow. That's like a really long, what do you call it, development under a really short time period. That's really fascinated because I don't think the tech industry even got that improved using AI, actually, to be honest. Right? So since we are talking on the improvements with AI involving content design, are there any like the places or things that you noticed or even identified regarding like a really downfall, not actually a downfall, like misconceptions when it comes to AI coming to the content surveying? Like, if you want to elaborate more on the questions, Majang, let's say inputting a 2D draft and developing a hospital in 2 weeks, that's like, I'm kind of scared,
Yeah.
right? So that's like crazy amount of improvement when it comes to integration on AI and tech. So are there any misconceptions or like the things that you notice that could be a downfall or might be a downfall, or are there anything not be in the category of such?
Yeah, actually, when it comes to AI, okay, so if you want to get the full of out of AI, you human intervention is very important. Okay, so as a construction professionals or any other professionals, um, if you want to utilize this AI technology, okay, you have to have very good understanding about the subject as well. Okay, so when it comes to construction industry, okay, some young um, construction professionals thinks, okay, I don't need to have construction knowledge. Okay, so I have these new technologies. Okay, so they think like that. Okay, so we can say it as a misconception. Okay, so they think, okay, no need to have construction knowledge, no need to have knowledge regarding these basic methodologies. Okay, if you know the technology, that would be enough. Actually, it's not correct. Okay, so if you want to utilize these technologies, you have to have a proper background. Okay, you have to have the basic idea of these basic things, basic theories. Okay, after having that idea, okay, you can use these new technologies to enhance the efficiency through the process. Okay, so you took that example, this hospital construction project. Actually, they have used a lot of technologies for this hospital construction. Okay, so they had modular construction separately. Okay, so actually, when it comes to hospital, okay, so you can have modules. Okay, so let's say if you want to uh, build the ICU room. Okay, so you can pre-design it. Okay, and you can construct it as modules. Okay, so if you have these modules, you can just uh, uh, bring those modules to the construction sites. Okay, and you can use tower cranes and other technologies to uh, place it. Okay, so from those modules, you can create big buildings. Okay, and they have used to use these 3D printing technology to create those modules, and they have used AI to design things. Okay, they have used AI to simulate these 3D models. So it is like a combination of technologies. Okay, so you have to have proper idea about the construction uh, before you do these amazing creations. Okay, so my suggestion is, okay, so you have to get rid of those misconception. You have to learn technologies. Okay, parallelly, you have to learn the construction technologies as well. Okay, and the construction theories as well. Yeah, that is my opinion.
Yeah, but that's really insightful, Thilina. I just got a really inside joke when it comes to the modular design that you explained, Thilina. I think Kanishka is aware of. It's basically what content surveying industry currently doing is basically similar to containerization or Kubernetes kind of thing in tech. It's an insider joke. I think Katilna will not get this, but it's basically what it does. So yeah, on your niche, on the teaching aspect of your current work, Tilina, you have conducted many workshops and many classes throughout the years now. So are there any specific approaches or methods that you use to like really get people engaging with these? Because if you are a traditional quantity surveyor, you are teaching to a traditional quantity surveyor, you should find a way to make them impress. Like okay, like they need to keep you attached throughout the lesson. So any approaches or methods that you are using for such what do you call workshops or even lectures?
Actually, when I started my teaching journey, okay, so I joined Toastmasters. Okay, so and last week I completed my first pathway, completed level 5, and Toastmaster taught me a lot of lessons. Okay, how to speak, how to control my voice, and how to get rid of repetitive words. Okay, so Toastmaster helped me a lot. Okay, and basically, I motivate students when I teach them. Okay, so these days I'm using some strategies. I uh, uh, at the beginning of the lecture, okay, I suggest them a book and a movie, motivational movie. Okay, so every week they have to read or listen to audio book or read that book. or they can read, they can watch a book summary also, and they have to watch that movie. Okay, so that keep them motivated. Okay, so after motivating them, okay, things will be really easy for me. Okay, and for training, I use this interactive training method. Okay, so first I teach them the element. Okay, then I ask them to do it. After they do that particular element, they have to put a done message in the chat box. Okay, then I read the first 10 done messages. Okay, and I always motivate them to be in the top 10. Okay, because I read their names. Okay, that motivates them real well. Okay, so I use those kind of small strategies to keep them motivated, and I tell them every time, uh, read books, okay, drink water, exercise, okay, and have a very good morning routine, those kind of things. Okay, so then they throughout this lecture period, okay, so they uh, engage with me, okay, because we have very good relationship. And apart from that, okay, so now I have trained a lot of people. I have a lot of connections because of this business. Okay, I have visited plenty of companies, and I have very good relationship with the top management. Whenever they need quantity surveyors in their companies, okay, they ask me to recommend people. Okay, so whenever I get opportunity, I share it with my students. Okay, then I select some talented students and give them opportunities. Okay, so when I say, okay, if you learn this by heart, okay, you can get this opportunity. Okay, you can develop a great career overseas. Okay, please work hard, put the done message. Okay, it motivates them a lot. Okay, so yeah, that's how I engage. And up to now, I helped more than 200, 300 quantity surveys to get overseas job opportunity, not only in UAE, but also in Saudi, UK, Australia, New Zealand. Okay, I have plenty of students in those countries and Sri Lanka as well. And uh, I directly brought 8 quantity surveys to work as key because quantity surveys in UAE. Okay, so yeah, if I tell those stories to my students, they self-motivated and learn by heart. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really what do you call that's really fascinating, much really fascinating.
I'm not sure whether Udara has Thilina's number because I for like um, once per week I see around 5, 10 people's messages that Thilina actually posting them in WhatsApp status. I'm not sure whether he's posting them on Facebook or something like that, but I only see from WhatsApp uh, from the students that he like they have got most of the messages I see that they have got a job opportunity because of Thilina, and they have more introduced to this BIM, and after that by getting certified under Thilina, they have got a job opportunity elsewhere, or um, based on Thilina's recommendation or something like that, they have got a job opportunity elsewhere. So I see that type of messages every day. So Thilina is posting them. So that's really fascinating, just to see you're helping out that lot of people. So
Yeah. At the end of today's episode, I found this discussion to be really inspirational. I will highlight those in the end, Majang, because going from basically being jobless to finding a job and mastering the arena and then finding opportunities to other people, that's something like personally like my own goal. So to give out something to the community and the people that need the help of, that's actually why Kanishka and I both started this podcast even, to share our thoughts and the knowledge that we have and the experience that we have gained throughout the years with the community or the people that are really fascinated or interested on tech. So Kanishka, Kanishka explained, Thilina, really kudos, Majang. You are really living the dream of some people, actually.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we have come to an end of our today's podcast with Thilina. I think we have gained pretty good knowledge when it comes to the what do you call the industrialization of quantity surveying and how they have used how even though they are different from tech industry, how they are like going forward with the tech and keeping up with tech. So I think Thilina is one of the best people out there to explain it. So we got a chance to have today's episode with Thilina. So Thilina, thank you so much for joining with us. I think if you are a listener of our podcast, you might be thinking about going forward with another industry other than tech. So if you're thinking about going forward with quantity surveying, construction industry, I think you know where to start, right? So as Thilina mentioned, there are a lot of things that I think since he is one of the few professionals out there who is actually working in abroad, he is the one who actually get to experience the latest things actually happening in the industry. Because I know for a fact in Sri Lanka, if we are not in the tech industry, most of the other industries they get like they get introduced to latest things it kind of late. So I think so thanks to Thilina, you might be able to get a lot of new insights into uh, quantity surveying and what you need to do in order to follow a career in quantity surveying. So Thilina, thank you so much for joining with us today. I think Udara, we will put it.
Yeah. Yeah, Thilina is, I think, better to reach him at LinkedIn. I think Thilina also prefer LinkedIn, right? Yeah, we will put the links on all the or everywhere you can find or reach out to Thilina in the descriptions. As I need to highlight small thing, Kanishka, today's episode was not about quantity surveying or not about AI. We wanted to share the experience that a non-technical person converting to technical and teaching people how to be good at it is like really fascinated us. So this podcast is currently about a lot of tech stuff, Tilina. When it comes to our niche, it's related to tech, right? This is kind of like I never expected this episode to get this turn, but you really inspired me on certain things when it comes to your thinking pattern about approaching students and the way you answered, or the specifically the calmness you maintained throughout the episode. Tilina, I think you have really matured since this is our third meeting when it comes to professional podcasting, not as a friend, but as a professional colleague. I'm really wishing really very best on your future, Tilina. Really, you granted like another level of achievements throughout the years and in a short time actually. So thank you again, thank you very much for being a guest with our podcast, like a really good guest because this is his third appearance. uh, yeah, Maja. Really, thank you. I'm really glad that we had this conversation. So I think for the listeners of this podcast, or as Kanishka explained, if you are into non-tech industries that are a fan of the tech industry and wanted to keep updated with things that you are fascinated about, uh, this is another niche. This is another industry that really got take over with the tech, and Thilina is a master of it. So we will put the links in the description, whether it is on YouTube or anywhere else you are listening to this podcast. Yeah, Majan, Thilina, thank you very much again. So yeah, that's why we'll wind up our episode for today. See you guys in the next episode. Jai.
Jai.